What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Southside Skate Park YouTube channel, where we review products before they're coming out, as they're coming out, and sometimes even after they've come out. Today, I have essentially what a box of Bones Brigade 16 is going to look like for anybody that hit the pre-order on March 10th at southsideskateshop.com. This is basically what your delivery is going to look like. We're going to get these things to you guys on March 31st. That's when these release to the public. This is the 16th series in the Bones Brigade series. Every time they release these things sell out. The MSRP on these boards is $129.94. All the Bones Brigaders are involved. And yeah, let me open up this box and show you guys what's going on with this year's Bones Brigade 16. Super stoked. Your box will arrive. In that box, kind of knocked out like a new Southside skate park, you know, Southside Skate Park, Southside Skate Shop, kind of Southside sticker that's sort of a bit of the colorways of Bones Brigade, little skulls. Our hat designer, actually, Angela Arriaga, came up with this font, and it looks super sick, red and black. You've got your packing slip. As you can see, this person purchased the whole set. Big shout out. Thank you for the support. Super stoked. Man, so you're gonna get your card. This card is like basically the authentication card that comes with these boards. You'll have your Tony Hawk, your Tommy Guerrero, your Caballero, the Mullen, the Lance Mountain, and the Mike McGill. All right, let's take it from the top. I'm gonna try to protect your boards for you, which is cool. First up, here it is in my hands. It's gonna be the Rodney Mullen. What's kind of sick is that the cellophanes are resealable, so I'm able to pull the board. It comes with the Skate One product warranty, present on all Skate One products. It's basically warranted, which is really, really nice. On the Bones Brigade, they've been putting, I guess, this oval-shaped hologram. The top graphic is that dragon, Satin Peralta. You know, that would be like my era for sure. Like, so this series kind of near and dear to my heart in a way, because you know my first board was a Pal Sword and Skull with the dragon on the top. So I spent a lot of time like just, I don't know, by myself in Seabrook back in the day, just looking at my board and imagining kind of what it was. Like, what am I looking at? These graphics were pretty serious, you know. So there's your Mullen on the freestyle, and I believe it's the first time that they've ever used that gold foil, which is pretty sick. In reading the bio card, they talk about Mullen. They're talking about how many events he was winning at the time. It was something like 39 out of 40, something like that. And basically, he kind of was known for destroying his trophies. What is that about? So VCJ, the artist behind the Bones Brigade artwork at the time, sort of, he's like loosely kind of holding the crown, but it wasn't defining him. He wasn't maybe so interested in all of that. Might have been cool when he first got into skateboarding and stuff like that, but as he was dominating, I guess he was kind of on his own wave and stuff. So I'm gonna kind of bring that in for some details. These look, I mean, it looks amazing to me for sure. One thing, when you first saw this series and the colorway, I think we weren't allowed to show any images at all until March 10th. And the pre-order began 9:01 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 11:01 Central Standard Time, where we are here in Houston. So at first you're like thinking it's a black dip. Actually, it's not. So 7-ply, hard rock maple, just all natural veneers, the way that they would have been in the 80s. I don't know how much stains in the middle veneers kind of were really going on too much yet. And it's kind of got that same exact bevel, whatever this round is, if that's like a 16th. So it's all period correct, which is really, really nice. Let's get into the next one here. I guess we got you another sticker in there. We got paper. All right, who's up next? What's up, McGill? Let's get him out of the cellophane. It's gonna be Mike McGill. This year is the 40th anniversary of the McTwist. Yeah, he put that down at a summer camp in Sweden. His bio card kind of talks about that moment and day for him. Mike McGill has done a lot in skateboarding. Of course, the invention of the McTwist, sure, it's massive. but the dude owns McGill's. I mean, that place has been around forever, supporting that region's skateboarding, providing like a high quality pro shop and skate shop for everybody in that community. He's still skateboarding today. You'll see this dude around, so check it out. That's his Sword and Skull graphic. His card reads that like, I guess at first like shops wouldn't even carry the board. They had this, the snake's kind of from so many snakes in Florida where he's from. I guess the snake was coming through the eye and things like that. And like, so I guess back in the day, like shops wouldn't even carry it, which is kind of crazy. But once they kind of settled down on this graphic, they started carrying it a lot more. I guess, dude, in the 80s, this is like parental advisory stickers on CDs and stuff like that. And I think that even might have taken place in the later 80s. But man, even skulls were like taboo, whatever, right? So society's really evolved in a big way, and kind of gotten beyond that. It's just iconography. But again, as a little kid myself, right, I was 11 in 87. And that's kind of when I got my first complete from my Uncle Danny from my grandparents' bike shop up in New York. He sent me a complete because I went and visited him when I was 10. And I really loved the skate department in his bike shop. So he knew that that's probably would be an awesome birthday present. So on literally June 21st, National Go Skateboarding Day, like that's my birthday. And in 1987, I got that Sword and Skull from my Uncle Danny. So big shout out, Uncle Danny. All right, here it is. Steve Caballero. Check it out. Dude, this guy, the little dragon, he had a friend of his like do a rendition of a dragon that he brought in to show VCJ. A couple versions later, they came up with this dragon and Cab liked it. And here it is to this day, the Caballero, right? There's some other graphics after Cab, like the Street Cab and the Caballero Mini and stuff like that, which were pretty popular. By the time I was in 5th grade, a friend of mine, I think his first board was that Caballero Street Mini. So this one right here, when I was a kid, I didn't see this one around as much, but it was super prevalent in the mid 80s. So probably, and Bones Brigaders, don't go off on me in the comments. I know you guys know exactly when all these things happened. I'm like harnessing and tapping into like an ancient memory. So I believe the Mechanical Dragon was around from like the early 80s. I would say 83, 84, and maybe running until like about 86 or 87. So I didn't see a lot of Mechanical Dragons around. And I don't even know, maybe I'm blowing it. Maybe this isn't the Mechanical Dragon. Anyway, check out the details, you guys. These boards are sick. It's gonna have that 7-ply hard rock maple, like all natural veneer. It's gonna have that different type of bevel than what we find on like modern boards today. It's gonna have your authenticated oval. Of course, it's gonna come with the card. And yeah, these are gonna be releasing, or essentially to the public, March 31st, which is Monday. All right, here we go. Tommy Guerrero. Tommy Guerrero, Future Primitive. His SF skateboarding essentially is like developing and defining like, what you can do on your skateboard if you don't have a vert ramp, which was very much my situation. Like I was either scared of heights or I was so young and I didn't live near a skate park in Houston to really get there as often as I'd like. So for us, it was really more we were just skating the streets, learning how to ollie, bonelesses, posing street plants. I couldn't ho-ho, jump ramp era. I don't know how much I was really into the pain of skating a jump ramp. So I kind of was like just a scaredy cat, really, for the most part, just skating my board, and they were heavy. They were fully dressed, ugly sticks, 360 tail pad, nose bone, rib bone, tailbone. Like these things were fully dressed boards. I had Kryptonics. Maybe you had mini cubics or cubics on your board, from like the late 70s. But this is Guerrero's graphic. It's the what they call the Conan dagger. This Conan dagger came. The first rendition of his board was actually like the grill of a vehicle and that V8 in the middle. And so it sort of evolved from that grill to accommodating the grill to the central icon that was like the V8, and then I guess it sparked something in VCJ where he concocted this flaming Conan sword. So super amazing. The the foil, the red, the black. And then again, I'm stoked that they're not dipped and that they're keeping it like really period correct with the bevel and the no stains on any of those veneers. What's up now? Okay, dude. Lance Mountain. This guy, awesome dude, still skateboarding. I mean, many of these guys are still skateboarding, which is incredible. So this is Lance's art. You can see it's a departure from like the skulls and the bones. And so is Tommy Guerrero's as well. Yeah, the story goes, I guess VCJ was working on something. Lance Mountain had basically spotted the artwork and the sketches on the wall, and he kind of was feeling it, you know? And he liked that distressed look. And I guess Lance wasn't really into having, like, he didn't want a bone icon or a skull or try to conform to that. So as different as some of these graphics are, somehow they all work together. Somehow in our minds, like, these are still all a board series of a particular time, like to this day. So anyway, it's kind of sick to see it with, I think the first time they've ever used a foil, like I said. There's that gold foil, Pal Peralta at the nose. You got your Lance Mountain kind of at the mid near the back truck. Of course, dude, this dragon, man. By the time the thing on my back came along, like, that was cool, but this was, to me, was Pal Peralta. You know what I mean? So anyway, yeah, little VCJ hit on the tail. Bring it in for details one more time. So we launched a pre-order on March 10th. Boards were $129.94. You could lock in your pre-order, and then basically we'll fulfill you, like if we're shipping, we're gonna get it to UPS right before the 31st in hopes of it landing to your door on the 31st or on the 1st. So anyway, pre-orders launched at that exact moment, and man, it went nuts, you know. We do have a few Caballeros and a few Mullens left. I don't know why. That's never happened before. Basically, anytime we ever get these boards in, they're just gone like that, right? And this time around, they're there, but I believe there's going to be like a second wave. So as you guys are unpacking your boxes, I'm pretty sure that people are going to see what you're getting out of your box and what you're posting on your stories and things like that. And they're going to be stoked. There's going to be like a secondary wave of like hunting this product. So SouthsideSkateShop.com. I believe Bones Brigade might be on our homepage, upper left-hand corner. Tap in. Last but not least, this is it. The Hawk. Tony Hawk. Boom. Check that out. That is sick, man. This iconic Hawk skull has been like the defining icon of Tony Hawk's career. Back then, these graphics would run for years. It wasn't like every month that a graphic was changing. You would have your graphic, it would be in market, and you would just run that graphic for a year, 2 years, 3 years. I honestly am not exactly sure how long the Hawk skull ran for. I would say easily 4 years. Has that authentication, holographic oval, the dragon on the top. Says 1983. Bam, Tony Hawk, man. On his card, you know, he talks about the graphics and basically that this was the graphic that he submitted to the Smithsonian. He believes this graphic even kind of like defines a big point in his career as well. By the time Ban This came around, I mean, the video Ban This, maybe it's why I love Jane's Addiction so much. You know, Jane's Addiction was Tony Hawk's part. His part, I think he was doing body varial 540s. It was some of the most beautiful, like, slow-mo cinematography ever, you know. A lot of that was shot by Stacy Peralta. We're looking at the Bones Brigaders here, but you can't like talk about the Bones Brigade without talking about Stacy Peralta and the team that he curated. So as I guess Stacy's career was changing, he linked up with George Powell, the engineer of, you know, modern urethane and wood, and just really he's an engineer. So he's trying to make the very best products for us, for skateboarders, right? So that is sick. And then with Stacy and his vision of what a team could be, this marketing wave, this wave of Bones Brigade and everything around it is what caught me up and got me caught up into skateboarding. It's probably the reason that I skate to this day. I also attest, like, the reason why I still skate or still love skateboarding and want to support skateboarding to like just how hard it was for us, like as young people, you know, like not everything was at our fingertips. So because everything was like earned, I guess it just matters a lot to us. So big shout out Pal Peralta for continuing to do these Bones Brigade series. They do support shops, they do help shops, they do sell well, obviously. And so if you're a shop, I mean, you should definitely be tapping into your Bones Brigade series when they're made available to you. Bring them into your shop and, you know, obviously start a website for sure. You're going to need that now. So that's what's up, man. Bones Brigade 16, that's the show. I'm going to bring this in for some details. Big shout out to everybody for Bones Brigade. I mean, all 6 of these guys have been incredible stewards of skateboarding for so long. I'm unaware of any scandals regarding these guys. You know what I mean? I mean, Tony Hawk has given everything he could into skateboarding and continues to this day. Tommy Guerrero like started Reel in 91 with Jim T, and like Hawk started Birdhouse in 92, and Lance went on to start The Firm, and these people were all like, I mean, what is Rodney's done so many brands and supported so much skateboarding for so many generations. McGill through his shop. Cab, dude, Cab's just the half cab. The half cab's still with us, like getting in the van and like representing vans and just, I mean, not to mention like the amazing amount of times that these guys have stepped up and gone and skated a demo or did a signing and was incredibly patient with like all of us. So big shout out to the Bones Brigade and just everything you guys have done for skateboarding for all these years. I know last year our Bones Brigade series that we sold generated the margin that we needed to basically pay for all the lumber in our vert ramp. So imagine the Bones Brigade to this day making an impact in skateboarding that hits like the local community right here at Southside Skate Park, where we're able to put up a vert ramp, develop a vert scene here, and yeah, it's been great. So anyway, if you're watching this and you've watched this long, I hope to see you guys at Old Man Bowl Jam, Bowl and Vert, April 5th. We're gonna cook up 50 pounds of picanha steak. We're gonna have loaded baked potatoes, totally free. Just show up, enter, skate, chill, watch. It's kind of like a big reunion. So I'm looking forward to seeing all my friends. April 5th at Old Man Bowl Jam right here at Southside Skate Park. This has been the Southside Skate Park YouTube, where we review products before they come out, as they're coming out, and sometimes even after they come out. Big shout out. Thank you guys. We'll see you next time.